Hi guys, and welcome to today's lesson about daily health habits. I'm so super excited to be here with you. I'm going to go live on Instagram real quick, and then we will get to it. So hi, welcome to today's workshop on daily health habits. So we talk a lot about stress and anxiety and mood and productivity, and you can absolutely treat all of those things one by one, but it's so much more effective if you treat your whole system well every day. And how you do that is with daily habits. So habits can be anything from like taking care of yourself to getting work done. And I've talked a lot, I have a couple podcast episodes about how habits, basically you want anything you need to get done in your life to become a habit, because a habit is something that is ingrained, that happens automatically, and it doesn't take any willpower. So we have a limited amount of willpower every day. And so the more you can just make it a habit that you do something and not need to like use your willpower to do something, the more often you're going to do it. So I am both live on Instagram and Facebook. That's why I'm looking back and forth. Let me see if I can get Instagram a little more in my line of sight. Here you go. There you go, Instagram. You're a little, I can't quite see what you guys are posting. There we are. So hi Shell, hi Reen, hi Nina, hi Cece. I'm glad to see you guys. And hey Michelle. There's a Shell and a Michelle. I've got my water, I've got my coffee, we're good to go. So what we're going to be talking about today is ways to support your health, and I mean your holistic whole body health, not like what you look like or what you, but like what you feel like, and like your whole system's health. We're going to talk about the habits, the systems to support, how you can support them. And then there's a daily habit challenge that's starting on the 15th. I'm going to tell you about, and I'm going to tell you how to get involved, the prizes you're going to win, and I am going to do a giveaway for everyone who joins in. And I'll explain that to you at the end. So that's what we're going to go over today, is like, what are the systems to support for maximum health? And then how to support them, the actual habits to support them, and this challenge, it's going to help us all stick with it. So I am starting this challenge. I am not here as a person who has it figured out and who is like perfect across the board. I'm actually going to share with you the ones that I do, the habits I already have, and how I plan on improving the habits I don't yet have. And I've got a habit tracker to share with you, and I've got a challenge, a daily challenge to share with you, not created by me, but created by health and wellness experts. And then we'll talk about what exactly this challenge is about and what I'm going to do for it, what you can do with me, and how you can join. So, and the challenge itself is totally free. So I am kind of looking at my outline to make sure I cover everything. Hello from Nigeria. Hello, Tash. Hello, everyone. Okay, so here's like where we're going to start from. Your foundations. So we talk a lot about, and in the Western medicalization of like issues, we talk a lot about symptoms, but symptoms usually have root causes, and there's like a wellness pyramid, and I wish I had, like I could share my screen to show you the wellness pyramid, but basically it starts at the very bottom. Like if you're having any symptoms, it's related to something in the root cause of it. So by taking care of our foundation, we can limit the symptoms. So as opposed to just treating the symptoms, you get your foundation good and steady, and that's what these health habits are about. So the foundations, very bottom, nutrition. If you don't take in the right nutrients, and if your body doesn't know how to break down those nutrients or isn't good at breaking them down anymore, which we'll talk about in a minute, then nothing else you do is really going to matter, right? If you're malnourished, or if your body is, if you're getting all of your calories from sugar, so you're not eating enough of, broccoli and kale, it's totally possible to be malnourished, to have too much or too little vitamin C, to have too little vitamin D. And you guys know, because you've experienced or one of your loved ones has experienced like a shortage of that. So that's what we're talking about. Nutrition is nutrition at the base level, at the, like, you have enough nutrients. My dog is trying to drink my water. The next level is exercise. Actually moving your body around, which pumps your blood and your lymph systems and makes you feel good, really improves mood, because the next level is rest and stress. So the other way to think about this is your, your parasympathetic nervous system is a system who manages this. I'm going to sneeze. Maybe not. Oh, it's springtime and my dog just went outside and then came in and shook his allergens all over me, which we're actually going to talk about. So exercise, then rest and stress. And your rest and stress is like your parasympathetic system where it calms you down. You actually have time to digest your food, which goes back to your body using all of your nutrition, and calms you down. So this is where anxiety, sadness, mood issues come in, is this level of, are you getting enough stress and are you experiencing, let's back that up. Are you getting enough rest and are you experiencing too much stress? This also really impacts your immunity. So the things that you do with nutrition and exercise and reducing stress improve your immunity. Hold on, Facebook messages are going crazy on my phone. So rest and stress also impacts your immunity. The next level is toxicity. So if you are eating right and you're exercising and you are sleeping enough and you aren't too stressed out, but your environment is full of toxins. And by this, I mean, like where I live, not too far from where I live, people work in the coal mines. That's a very toxic environment. If you are using stuff that you put on your body, like lotions and creams that have a lot of heavy metals in them. If you're a yarn dyer and you're surrounded by heavy metals, so what we mean by a toxic environment is what that does is it puts a toxic load on your body and it stresses out the organs of your body. So your body naturally detoxifies. Your kidneys, your liver, your endocrine system pull toxins from that you breathed in or that soaked into your skin, into your bloodstream. They pull them out and they move them out of your body through your breath, your sweat, your urine, and your poop. And that's how your body gets rid of toxins. It does that naturally, but it can only do so much in a day. So if you are stressing out your liver with alcohol and corn syrup and sugar, it can't pull out the other toxins in your environment. Or flip that. Maybe you're eating great, but you're surrounded by toxins in your environment, from the cleaners you're using to the air pollution outside to the stuff you're putting on your body. That will, to the stuff you're putting in your hair. All of these are toxins that your body has the ability to handle, but not if you're stressing it out and you're putting it under too much stress at once. Like, it's like anything. If you have a sieve in the sink, it will let water flow through it and it'll catch the bad stuff, right? Like I was just washing quinoa. So I poured a bowl full of water and quinoa into a sieve. The sieve was able to catch the quinoa and the water went through it. But if I had way more quinoa than the sieve could hold, the quinoa is going to go all over the place and it's going to be all over my sink. The sieve isn't going to keep it out of my sink. Does that make sense? That's what happens with toxic load on your body. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about toxic load. The next level of your foundation of health is self-care, is feeling good and loving yourself. Because if you are constantly in a state of hating yourself and feeling horrible about yourself, are you going to do the other things that take care of you, like eating right, like moving, like emotionally processing? So this level is where I think about the emotional processing stuff happening. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is like a basic foundation of psychology, is that we move through different needs as we get them met. At the very bottom of the hierarchy of needs is warmth and food. And after that is safety and security. And then love and belonging. And then you get into things like expressing yourself creatively. So when we have been talking about this foundation of health, you've got nutrition and exercise, and then rest and stress is like up there with safety, along with the toxicity of your environment. And then love and belonging, feeling like you love and belong to yourself, providing that support and love and encouragement to yourself. So what we're talking about self-care. Now, if you're in the group, Take Care of Yourself with Tara Swigert, which is where most of you guys are watching this. If you guys are on Instagram, that's where you can find the full video and links to everything I mentioned. It's a Facebook group, Take Care of Yourself with Tara Swigert. You can find the link in my profile, my Instagram profile. For those of you who are watching in this group, what we talk about in this group, we call taking care of yourself, and it includes this whole foundation, all of this: nutrition, exercise, rest and stress, toxicity, self-care. So how do we do it? What are like the steps? And like, I would like you all to think about, where are you on a scale from, let's say, 1 to 5, and you can't pick 3. I'm going to scale to 1 to 5. Where are you with each of these areas? So if I ask you about nutrition, not only are you eating right, but is your body able to actually pull nutrients out of the food, which is something that our body actually loses its ability to do over time, which I think is super interesting. So the older you get, the less capable your body is of getting nutrients from your food. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So, how are you doing on nutrition? If you're in the if you're watching live, answer nutrition 1 to 5, and you can't pick 3. If you're watching on Instagram, 1 to 5, how are you doing on nutrition? Do nutrition and then your number. So for me, I think I'm about a 4. If it weren't for Thin Mints, I'm pretty sure I'd be a 5. Tani says she's a 4. Awesome. Those of you on the Facebook group wrote nutrition 2. Okay. Now, then exercise. How are you on exercise? 1 to 5, and you can't pick 3, because 3 is like a cop-out answer. Michelle says 7. We're doing 1 to 5, Michelle. Michelle feels really great about her nutrition. Okay, so exercise. Put exercise and then your number. Nina's at a 4, Nina's at a 2. Which one is higher? Oh, 5 is higher. 1 is low, 5 is high. I should have said that. So 0 is like, I literally never eat food, or all I eat are Thin Mints. 5 is like, I feel like I get my fruits and veggies each day. I eat healthy whole grains, not flour or sugar, and my body feels like it's getting enough nutrients. And then exercise, we've got a 0, which would mean I never exercise. A 5 would be like, I move my body the recommended amount of time, which is 5 30-minute periods of aerobic exercise each day. Okay, we've got 1s, we've got 2s, we've got 4s. That's awesome, Tani. And Tani makes a good point. She says, this is better than I've ever been doing before. This is huge. So if you have run lots of marathons, for you, a 5 might be that you're like running 10 miles every week, or, you know, a 10-mile run every week, and a total of like 30 miles a week. If you are just doing your first couch to 5K, or you're just starting to exercise, a 5 for you might be lifting weights or going for a walk 5 days a week, 4 days a week. That might be a 5 for you, 3 days a week. So the FDA recommends 5 30-minute like mid-level exercise. If you do high intensity training, like kettlebell swings or like a run, walk intervals, then it's like 3 times a week. Oh no, Michelle's recovering from a flu and bronchitis. That's horrible. So yeah, think about like, what do I actually normally do? Maybe not just this last week. Because sometimes we all have weeks where we're like at 0 with everything. For me, we'll just be totally honest here. Okay, we're being honest. The week that my cycle starts, the 2 days before and the beginning of my period, and then the next 4 days, 3 days, I'm a 0 at everything. I have a really hard time taking care of myself. Part of it is because of my mood, with my like cycle related mood issues. And then also part of it is just my body feels horrible. So I crave sugar and chocolate, and I don't want to move. What I found is that if I will not force myself to work or move for like the day before, the day of, and the day after, if I take those 3 days of just total complete laziness, I actually recover from it a lot quicker. If I push through, or if I'm in the middle of a big project and so I work, it takes longer. Like, I feel worse longer. I crave sugar longer. I don't want to move. I just feel really moody and stressed, and I don't sleep. But if I give myself 2 to 3 days of like, and that to me, 10 years ago, 3 days of doing nothing sounded like, oh my gosh, that is so lazy. That's so horrible. I can't believe you do that. But what I realize is if I want a really productive rest of the month, those 3 days are key. So I just want to stress that when we talk about where you're feeling on each of these areas, you're going to have times of the month, if you're a woman, or just times in your life, if you're a human, where it's not going to be great, right? And we would know this if, Michelle says red tent time. Absolutely. The lazier I am during that time of the month, the better the rest of my month goes. And I can see it in every aspect of my life, from like my relationship to my work to my focus, like really pushing through those times, and times when I've made the mistake of scheduling like events during those times, it takes me a whole month to recover. Yes, Cece says I've just increased my steps to 4,500 a day. That's huge since I was in a wheelchair 3 years ago. Absolutely, high five. Reen says I used to go for walks or do yoga 5 days a week, but I've been too exhausted for the last few months. I totally understand. The winter is also like a major shift. It's a seasonal shift, right? There is a universal law of rhythm, that there are seasons for being active, and there are seasons for cocooning, and there are seasons for like staying warm and cuddled in, and seasons for going out and being in the world, being introverted and extroverting, being like bundled up and being like, woo, right, out in the world. And the same is true for exercise and nutrition. I like to look at it as, and that's why I said for your own scale, rank 1 to 5, is what could I do to move up my own personal ladder of well-being in these areas? So what could I do to move up my own personal nutrition ladder? As a vegetarian and 99% vegan, I eat a lot of veggies. But for some of my friends who eat more meat, moving up the ladder wouldn't be me eating less meat. It would be eating just more veggies. And maybe those veggies displace some white flour in their diet. So for me, moving up my own personal nutrition scale would be to not have sugar every day. Like that would be moving up my nutritional scale. Everybody's going to be different. And that's what's so great about focusing on habits, is instead of comparing yourself to anyone else, or unlike a diet or a new exercise program where you have this standard you have to live up to, we just want to focus on moving ourselves further. And by the way, this is the foundation of everything I teach in your business and life. Like this gets me so excited because you are going to hate your business and get really, really disappointed if you're constantly comparing it to some ideal standard. If I tell you you have to do X every day and you have to live up to this standard and you have to do this, you are going to feel bad every day you don't hit that standard. But when instead you make it about yourself and you go inside and you rank where you are in your own journey and you move ahead on your own ladder, maybe in your business that's moving ahead on consistently posting on Instagram, just moving into more consistency. Maybe that's starting your newsletter, moving from no newsletter to a newsletter you send once a month. But that's why when you compare yourself to somebody else, it's all wrong, because that's a standard you aren't living up to, and you'll feel bad every day you hit it or you don't hit it. Whereas in the flip of that is saying, how can I move ahead in these 1 to 3 areas I'm going to focus on? Every day you move ahead at all, you get to celebrate. Does that make sense? Yes, I think that's such a good idea, Cece. Cece says she's starting to attend a therapeutic yoga class for people with chronic health issues once a week. I love that. We have a bunch of those around here. Often they're called yin yoga, if you're looking for something like that. So yin yoga is a very slow yoga. I actually have a DVD. It's really helped Jay's back pain called yin yoga. It's not, you're not going to sweat, but you're going to stretch and get it really, really deep. It's really awesome. But also there are classes called therapeutic yoga as well. And actually now I was just talking to a yoga teacher. This is random, but you have to be certified in yoga therapy. It's a special certification. So if you see that, you know the person is certified. So we talked about nutrition, exercise. Let's rest and stress. Where do you rank yourself? 0 being I don't sleep hardly any hours and I'm stressed constantly, to 5 being like I sleep 7 to 10 hours a night, depending on who you are. Actually, they say 7 and 9 is ideal, and over 9 is maybe much. And I don't feel overly stressed day to day. So where are you ranking for yourself on rest and stress from 0 to 5? Tell me in the chat, on Instagram. By the way, if you're watching the recording of this later, you can still leave a comment and let me know where you're at. Just tell me what you're responding to. So rest and stress, where are you guys? 0 to 5. And then toxicity. how toxic is your environment? Now, this might be something you've never thought about before, and if that's the case, that's okay. I would rather see you move up the ladder on nutrition, exercise, rest, and stress. And once you're sleeping well and you're not stressed and you're getting the nutrition you need, you can look at reducing the toxicity around you. But I actually really what I like about all life change and business change is instead of looking at removing things, instead looking at replacing or filling up things. So when people tell me that they want to eat more vegetables, so I'm going to give up meat, I say, no, don't give up meat. Now, I'm a vegetarian for the last, I think 8 or 9 years. I always space on when it was. And I never eat meat. And I, like, for ethical reasons, I don't. But I never tell anyone else to give up meat. What I say instead is just add an extra veggie to every dinner and then add an extra veggie to every lunch. And what's going to happen if you eat your veggie first, or you make sure you eat all of your serving of veggie, is you're going to eat less of other food automatically. So instead of removing things from your life, look at filling them up with your life. So like instead of removing the toxic stuff you use in the bathroom, like lotions and shampoos, look at instead when you run out, buy something no tox, or make your own DIY. And like in a lot of like our household cleaner. So we've started to replace our household cleaner with all DIY, 100% natural cleaners that I make. But here's what I did. I got a big spray bottle to make like just all-purpose cleaner with some essential oils and white vinegar and water. But we still had bottles of it's like the store-bought natural brand, but still when I read it, it had a lot of chemicals in it that aren't great for you. They're hormone disruptors. So I didn't throw out everything and then expect myself to DIY some. I DIY things, a couple things a week or every 2 weeks. And then we use up the other stuff. Like my husband still uses the other cleaner until it's all used up. We'll throw it away. He won't buy more then because we have this DIY homemade no tox cleaner. Does that make sense? So instead of like trying to throw out everything in your life, instead just fill it up with healthier options. And by healthier in this case, I mean low tox. So rate yourself. So we've got like a 2 on sleep stress. We got a 7 on sleep stress. Good job, Reen. CC says a rest is a 4, a stress is a 5. I'm all the time stressed. Oh, so it'd be like a 0. If 5 is good and 0 is bad, let's not say bad. Let's say suboptimal. So April says 7, even though our scale is from 0 to 5. Reen says, I don't feel stressed, just exhausted. Right. So here's the thing. Exhaustion so often can be any of these foundational issues, right? It could be sleep. But Reen sleeps 9 to 12 hours a night, so she's probably getting plenty of sleep. It could be environmental stress on your body, like we talked about the sieve getting over full. It could be nutrition, but I know you've been like eating lots more veg, Reen, last time we talked. And it could be exercise. What's crazy about exercise is it actually gives you energy. When I am at my most, hi Christina, when I'm at my most depressed, I don't have energy to exercise. And even lots of days, I don't have energy to exercise. But when I do, even when it's small, stretchy stuff like yoga, but especially when it's heart pumping, I have more energy the rest of the day and I feel less exhausted because it goes back to mood. So we didn't talk about this, but exercise does a whole chemical cascade in your brain of all of the good mood hormones. If your heart rate gets high enough, or if you get breathing deep enough in yoga. So another thing with the stress is meditation. I could do a whole workshop on meditation. I really like the app Headspace app. I don't really use it anymore because I just sit and kind of have quiet time and focus on my breath. But meditation, and I talked about this in one of my podcast episodes, it's not about not thinking anything. It's about not clinging to a thought and running away with it. And really, you can do that by just focusing on your breathing. And it doesn't even have to be a deep breath. I just did a deep breath because I'm talking a lot. But when you sit there in meditation, it can just be feeling your breath at whatever speed. And a thought will come into your head. Like you will think about more than your breath. It'll be like, oh, I should text Cece back. And instead of being like, oh, what did she say to me last time? Oh, I think I'm going to pick up my phone. I'm going to look at it. I just go, okay. And I like the metaphor. It's like clouds across the sky. So it's really cloudy right now. I could follow one cloud and continue to follow it all across the sky. And I could focus on how cloudy and gloomy it is. Or I can realize clouds are going to move across the sky. I'm just going to pay attention to the sky. Like the clouds are your thoughts, but you are the sky. So you let the clouds float on by and you don't get the confusing thing that we often get, which is that our thoughts are us. So when we have negative thoughts, when we have stress thoughts, and we have thoughts that we can't do it, we're not strong enough, we're not confident enough, we don't have the skills, that's not the truth, and that's not you. That's just thoughts. So as we've been talking about these foundations of health, we've talked about nutrition, exercise, rest and stress, toxicity. Self-care is like the thing that encompasses, to me, it encompasses everything else, and it makes everything else. It's just you taking time to take care of yourself. So I really think about self-care as being a parent to yourself. So when you are feeling like, oh, my nutrition isn't great, my exercise isn't great, there's so much toxic stuff around here, I'm super stressed, any one of those things, or you're feeling like, where I am on the ladder, we talked about the scale from 0 to 5 is like a 2 or a 3, maybe it's a 4, but I want to hit a 5, or it's a 0 and I want to hit a 2. That would be improvement. What I like to do is ask yourself, what would a parent of a toddler do in this situation? 100% of the time, a parent of a toddler would ask, you need to use the bathroom? Do you need a snack? Are you sleepy? Do you want to take a nap? Do you need to go outside and play? Those are basically the toddlers I hang out with. Those are all of the questions you ask. You might not ask a toddler because a toddler might not have a sense, right? But you could ask yourself, have I used the bathroom? Okay. Have I eaten lunch? No. Okay, do that. Have I moved? Have I gone outside and played at all? Okay, no, I should do that. And when you're in a grumpy mood, 100% of the time, the other thing for me that comes with rest and stress and self-care is just playing music that puts me in a good mood. And then like dancing around to it, even chair dancing to it while I'm working, playing with my dogs, all of those things count as self-care, reduce the stress and reduce all of the, I'm trying not to go too much into the brain chemistry stuff of it, although I love it, but basically doing things that make you feel happy like that calms down your heart rate. It deepens your breathing, which is good for the actual cells in your body, because the thing is that cortisol and adrenaline, the stress hormones, over time create wear and tear on all of your bodily systems. They break it all down. They make all of them not work right. They actually mess with your digestion, so you can't absorb the nutrients you need. They mess with your energy. They mess with your adrenal glands. They mess with your liver and your kidneys, and they can't detoxify your body in the same way. So anything you do that's making you feel good, even just a little good, like going for a walk outside in the sunshine, playing with the dogs, petting your cat, listening to music, you are flipping off all of the signals to do stress hormones, and you're flipping on the serotonin, the oxytocin, the hormones. The hormones are just chemicals and proteins in your body, in your brain, in your gut, in your blood. It's turning them all on, which slows down your heart rate, which is good for your heart, deepens your breathing, which gets you more oxygen throughout your body. It increases your blood flow. It makes your muscles stronger. There's a whole bunch of stuff that, like, this stress isn't like oh, I shouldn't be stressed. It's deeply embedded in every other area of your health. So how do you take care of it? So we talked about where you are in the ladder. Yeah, I'm just, Reen says, I love the brain chemistry stuff. And Sarah says that YouTube has some great guided meditations if you prefer that way. Awesome. So let's talk about what we can actually do. Cece's been listening to at her desk in car dancing to Sarah Bareilles. I never know how to say her name, but she's the one with the song Brave. I dance to that song regularly. So let's talk about how to support this. The Healthy Challenge that we're going to start on April 15th gives us daily things to do to support each of these systems. So instead of just looking at one at a time, we're going to upgrade across the board with some really, really simple actions. And when I say simple, guys, I mean, like, I'm not going to do a bunch of crap. Like, it has to be simple because we're all like running businesses and like kicking ass in our life. So here's what you can do for the nutrition side of it. Absolutely, eat as well as you can. Eat more veggies than you eat flour and sugar. That's like a standard. Every single nutritionist agrees on that, even if they disagree about paleo or vegan or whatever. Eat more veggies than you do flour, white flour and white sugar. But that said, veggies today actually have less nutrients in them than they did 20 years ago. Lots of studies show that your broccoli has less of the good stuff in it, less of the vitamins, less of the minerals than it did 20 or even 50 years ago, because the soil has changed and because the chemicals used in farming and because of DNA, like GMO stuff with our food. So our food has less nutrients than ever before, which is why it's important to supplement. And I have been like, I was really sketchy about supplements and I never did notice a big difference when I took them until I started taking doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. And because there's a couple reasons. It is made from whole foods. So you can make vitamin A by like just making it in a lab, or you can extract the vitamins from a whole food source. The crazy thing is that studies show that our bodies don't recognize vitamins that are made in a lab. They literally won't absorb them. They won't see them. QBQC says, what are some essential supplements we should look into? I'm going to tell you about it. So you can absolutely go to the health food store, the drugstore, and put a bunch of supplements together on your own, or you can look at what scientists have already seen go together best, and your body will best absorb them and take them without having to put it all together on your own. So the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack comes with their vegan, well, I get vegan Microplex, which is vitamins and minerals. It's made from whole food sources, and it's dosed in a way your body can absorb it. So if you've ever bought a multivitamin that was huge and then you peed it out, like it was super bright yellow pee, or it made your tummy upset, it's because your body wasn't able to absorb those nutrients. They were too much in there. And like, it's not better to have too much. You'll just get rid of it. So these vitamin minerals, this is actually a pack with 3 different ones. The first one is a vitamin and mineral supplement. They are dosed in a way that your body can absorb it. So they recommend 4 a day. And you can break it up into morning and evening so your body can absorb it better. And also it'll go through your digestion with your food. And your body, here's the cool thing, your body absorbs vitamins and minerals best when they're consumed with fat. So the second supplement is the E-Omega. It's essential oils and omega-3s. Your brain needs omega-3s. It actually provides a coating over your brain and your nerves. And your body actually needs a balance of 3 different omega fats. First of all, let's back up. These are fats. So these fats help your body absorb the nutrients in the vitamin and mineral supplement, which is super cool. The other thing they do though, is your body needs a balance. So sometimes you'll see like omega 369, like at my health food store, they have like an oil that's omega 369. Well, here's the problem. The standard American diet, if you eat any packaged food whatsoever, you're getting way more omega 6s because it's in canola oil and vegetable oil than you are omega 3s. And the balance should be 1-to-1, but the average American diet is getting something like 30-to-1. So you're getting 30 more omega 6s than omega 3s, and it needs to be 1-to-1. The problem is when that ratio gets out of whack, your body starts it starts trying to get those nutrients elsewhere. So, yes, Michelle, I can send that to you. doTERRA does on the doTERRA Science blog. So the the omega-3s basically improves your own ratio. You don't need to take omega-6s. You already are getting omega-6s from your diet. The omega-3s help you improve that ratio. What I found is that as a vegan, omega-3s aren't in a lot of vegan food. So they're in a lot of fish, but they're also in flax and walnut oils. And I've noticed a major difference in my energy levels and my ability to focus since I started taking this. And I think it's the omega-3s. And then the third one in this is the Alpha CRS, which is, I'm going to have to look at it because I always forget. All right. So it is, they call it the Cellular Longevity Blend. It includes a bunch of supplements and essential oils and extracts. By the way, they're all extracted from plant. So when I say a bunch of supplements, they all come from plants and whole foods. And they support your cell at the mitochondrial level. So you guys all know, right? You remember from like, what was it, 8th grade biology, that your cells each have a little engine inside of them called the mitochondria. And the mitochondria take input, take the food you're eating and at a microscopic level and turn it into energy, ATP. That's how you have energy to do stuff. Not caffeine, not sugar, your little cells turning your food into energy. So the CRS blend gives you the cofactors, which means the building blocks that your mitochondria needs in order to do its job and make energy. So if you've been feeling low energy and exhausted, it might be that your diet, what you're eating, isn't providing the mitochondria with the actually building blocks they need to do their job. So to make ATP, they use a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other chemical constituents to actually run their little engine. So it's like having a car engine if you didn't ever put oil or gas in it, right? It needs those cofactors in order to do its combustion and do the thing it does. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about daily habits that will improve your health. And one of the foundations of health is nutrition. So if you aren't getting enough nutrients from your food, which most people aren't, actually, I just read a study that said it's nearly impossible. They tried to create a meal plan that would give you absolutely 100% of everything you need. But because what I said earlier, that our food is a lower, it's less dense in nutrients than it used to be, even if you're eating all really great whole foods, the food has less. Also, as you age, your body becomes less and less able to absorb the nutrients from the food. I find this super fascinating because I guess I'm thinking about aging. So the one way to improve your nutrition is to supplement it with supplements like vitamins and minerals, omega-3, and a cellular complex that will help your body actually turn those vitamins and minerals into energy for you. So you take these, you can get these, and I'm actually going to talk to you. If you have an account with doTERRA, you can get these. If you don't, they come in a kit that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, and you'll actually save a lot of money on the kit. I get these each month. This box is a 30-day supply. I love them so much. So we talked about nutrition. Oh, and I just said your body doesn't absorb them as well. So what happens as you get older and after the age of 35 is your body actually stops making digestive enzymes. So digestive enzymes is stuff that you eat in food that helps you break down other food, that helps you digest food and pull the nutrients out and actually make use of them. And after the age of 35, we see a decrease in how your body actually can get those digestive enzymes out of food and get the nutrients out of food. But the awesome thing is you can supplement with a whole food supplement that's going to give you those digestive enzymes pre-broken down so your gut can use them to break down the nutrients in all the food you're eating. This is really key. If you're eating right and you're not seeing an increase in your energy and you're over the age of 40 or 45, it might be that your body is not actually absorbing the nutrients from the food you're eating. The solution, digestive enzymes. Also, if you're somebody whose stomach gets upset when you eat beans or you eat greens or food that's really good for you, it might be that your body doesn't have the digestive enzymes it needs to break that stuff down anymore. So if you don't regularly eat kale and broccoli and then you eat it, your body's not going to be able to process it. You can take a digestive enzyme, and doTERRA is called Terrazyme. It's got 7 different digestive enzymes in there. They're all from whole foods, all vegan, plant-based. Wonderfulness. Really super helps if you have digestive issues. All my friends with digestive issues swear by it. So, then let's talk about rest and stress and toxicity. So you can absolutely use a essential oil like lavender or their Serenity blend or frankincense. What they do, what we can see that they do is actually calm down your heart rate, deepen your breathing, and start the release of things like serotonin and oxytocin. And there's another one I'm always forgetting. But lavender, in some people, will start that process. When you breathe it in, it actually goes into your cells and locks in to the little receptor sites where that hormone signifier that you should release serotonin locks into. Lavender actually fits like a key into that lock and tells your body, hey, start producing serotonin. Now, in some people, they find that lavender isn't as calming, but citrus oil, like a lemon or a grapefruit, has that same effect. The other awesome thing about citrus oils is that they help your body detoxify. So lemon, remember I just was mentioning receptor sites in your cells. So your cells, some cells have receptor sites for specific proteins. Your body makes a protein. When it locks into that receptor site, it tells that cell to start a process. That process is calm down, get excited, fight or flight. That process can also be digest and detoxify. Your liver has a very specific protein. Then it locks into liver cells. It tells your liver, start doing your detoxifying job. And if you have a sluggish liver, like my husband, the gastroenterologist told him he has a lazy liver, which basically means his liver doesn't do the detoxifying job it's supposed to do. Lemon oil, and the gastroenterologist told him this, lemon oil actually clicks in to that receptor site and tells it, because the problem is Jay isn't making a protein that tells his liver to do its job, but lemon oil acts like that protein in that cellular receptor site and tells it to start detoxifying. This is why if you're hungover, lemon juice is often given as a cure. This is why a lot of people start their day by putting lemon juice in their water. It's actually, depending on where you live, if you live in a place that doesn't have lemons year round, like most of us do, most of us live in a place where you don't have lemons year round. You can get lemon essential oil, put a drop in your water. It acts in the same way. Lemon oil is just super concentrated, the oil that comes out of the skin. You know, when you peel a citrus and you've got shot in the eye, that's the essential oil. So that's what, when you add it to your water, it can kick off that detoxifying. It's a really great way to start the day. If you have digestive issues like your bowels aren't as active as you would like them to be, let's say it like that, lemon juice or orange citrus oil in your water in the morning will kickstart that process. A lot of people who have a hard time being regular, which goes back to the whole toxicity issue, find that lemon or orange in their water in the morning gets them started. So let's talk about how you could fit these daily habits together. So we didn't, rest and stress. I want to talk about my favorites. So serenity and balance. So balance is a mixture of wood oils and flower oils that are calming and centering for your body. So if you put this on the bottom of your feet where you have the biggest pores and it'll enter your bloodstream the quickest every day, you'll find it's calming, it's grounding, it's centering. It's actually called the grounding blend. It's very, very grounding. It's a lot of trees, which are grounding. I like to think of it as like helping me pull my roots into the ground, calm down. So if your energy's up here, calm it on down. And serenity is a mix of lavender and frankincense and Roman chamomile, a lot of things that are calming and almost like, okay, so I'll tell you, we use this to sleep, and I haven't in a while. Like I was using it all the time because I was waking up from anxiety at 2 or 3 in the morning. I started putting this on the bottom of my feet. I didn't love the smell. Let's start there. I didn't love the smell. So I put it on the bottom of my feet and then put on my socks, and I didn't have to smell it. And I would get into bed and it started helping me sleep all night through. After using it regularly for about a week, I was no longer waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning. That's when I first got into oils about a year ago. And then I was sleeping fine. I didn't really think about it. Whenever I travel, I take it with me. I put a drop on my pillow. Now I love the smell because it reminds me of falling asleep. And I sleep no matter where I am, which is not how I used to be. I used to stay up all night, not be able to fall asleep. My mind is racing, especially when I'm doing a bunch of travel and like things just hard to keep it together. Serenity helps me sleep the night through. Kind of forgot about it when I'm home because I sleep fine at home. But the other night, Bo, my dog, woke up with gastro issues, super upset, like whining, begging, trying to wake us up so we could take him outside and walk him. And he did it like 2 times in a row, which is just super unusual. And then and this is like 3 in the morning, and me and Jay could not fall back asleep. So we laid there both awake with our eyes closed, just laying there for like an hour. But I could tell he wasn't asleep. He could tell I wasn't asleep. All of a sudden he rolls over and he says, "Don't you have an oil for this?" And I was like, "I do." So I got up, I put 2 drops of Serenity and 1 of Breathe, which is a respiratory blend that'll help you breathe deeper because it's springtime and Jay's allergies will bother him. 1 drop of Breathe, 2 drops of Serenity in the diffuser. Fell asleep, woke up the next morning, and Jay was like, "What did you put in the diffuser?" I felt like my brain had been racing for the hour. That's why I couldn't sleep. And all of a sudden I just felt like it totally just like turn off. He's like, I could feel it. Like I breathed deep and I was like, oh, that's the oil she put in there. I don't know if I like that smell. And then my brain went off and I was asleep, and then it was the next morning. And sure enough, like every time I do that, then it happened again the next night. Bo had issues. Last night he didn't, so he's all better. But I think he must have eaten something that bothered him. You know, he like scrounges outside for random crap all the time. So I think he must have had something, only bothered him in the middle of the night. So we had 2 nights of not sleeping. And as soon as we would get back into bed, turn on the diffuser with Serenity, fall right asleep. It's awesome. So if you're having a hard time sleeping, I heartily suggest frankincense, lavender, or Serenity. But let's talk about how to use them in your daily life. So this is a little protocol you can follow, and this is what the Healthy Habits Challenge is going to be. This is what I mean by super, super simple. So in the morning, do 1 to 3 drops of balance on the bottom of your feet. Do frankincense under the tongue. So remember we talked about cofactors of mitochondria, like what will help your mitochondria give you energy. Frankincense is one of those oils that has all these chemical constituents that work together on a cellular level, both to help your mitochondria and also to strengthen the cellular wall. So the aging process is this. Your cells are copies of copies of copies of copies, right? You get that. Your cell recreates itself, I think it's every 7 days. And within 90 days, most of the cells in your body are new. So what happens is it degenerates. Like when you make a copy of a copy of a copy, it degenerates. Well, frankincense has been shown to actually go in and improve the health of that cell. So when it makes a copy of itself, it's not as degenerated because that cell got stronger, the cellular wall got stronger and less broken down and more able to do whatever that cell's job was to do, whether it's a skin cell, a lung cell, a liver cell. So frankincense you can take under your tongue. You can also put it on the bottom of your feet. I use it during my meditation. If you have a hard time remembering to meditate, if you just make a habit of putting frankincense on every time before you meditate, you'll find it helps you drop into that space a lot quicker. So if I'm doing something and I'm really scattered, I go get my frankincense, put it on. Because I've had so many good, quiet meditation times with it, using it puts me back in that space. Does that make sense? So then you're also going to take your Lifelong Vitality in the morning. Take 2 of each of them and take a Terrazyme. So whatever you eat, your body's got the digestive enzymes ready to go. And yeah, you do that with breakfast. Then afternoon, you can use whatever oil you need to use for your mood. So most people choose between Balance, which is like what one of my students told me is like her workday calm blend, Serenity or lavender if you're feeling anxious, if that's what your day is like, or a citrus oil like orange or lemon to perk you up. It's like uplifting. That's what I diffuse. That's what I got going on. And also lemon or orange in your water throughout the day. It's going to help your digestion and it's going to help you detoxify whatever toxins you come in contact with. Throughout the day, a citrus oil in your water. And then in the evening, your Lifelong Vitality pack again, 2 of all of them. And using On Guard. So we didn't talk about On Guard, but On Guard is the immunity boosting blend. It actually boosts your immune system and it kills tons of the germs, bacteria. It's the only essential oil I know that has a medical published study in a medical journal about On Guard and the flu. It reduces the length and the occurrence of the flu. So you can diffuse that every night in your home to dose your whole family, put it on the bottom of your feet to keep you well, either before you go out in the day or when you come home in the evening. And then at bedtime, diffuse one of the Sleepy Times oils, Serenity, lavender, frankincense, and that's it. Those are the healthy habits. So those habits are going to help your body improve the nutrition, as long as you eat well alongside of it. Even if you eat crappy, you're at least going to get some vitamins throughout your day. That's how my mom looks at it with my teenage brothers, is like, even if they don't make good decisions, she's helping fill their body with nutrients before they go through their day. It's going to help with, we didn't talk about using it for exercise. So if you want to get in the habit of exercise, my best tip is create an aromatic anchor that helps you start the exercise habit. So I use Motivate and or Breathe, depending on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to go running outside, I use Breathe because it helps kills environmental allergens, which means if I'm running through my tulip and daffodil infested neighborhood, I'm not going to be like sneezing my head off like I would naturally with my allergies. Motivate can help you get up, get going, get awake. I use it if I go to work out at the gym. And then Rest and Stress, we talked about. So here's the thing about diffusing a bedtime oil if you do the exact same habit before you get into bed and you go to bed at the exact same time of night, you will train yourself to sleep better and to sleep deeper. So your aromatic anchor could be the serenity or the lavender. Diffusing it each time puts you in the same place. And that's going to be better for your rest and your stress. We talked about meditation with frankincense. And yeah, so those are the healthy habits. There is a tracker. If you're watching in the Facebook group, I'm going to give you the link. If you're in the Instagram chat, go to my profile and go to the Facebook group and join, and you'll get access to a daily tracker where you track that you're doing those things each day. And here's the thing, doTERRA is running a challenge starting April 15th. If you do the challenge for that day that they're going to post in the Facebook page, and you fill in your tracker, each day you can be entered to win a daily prize. So what you do, let me open up my details about it. So how you get involved is, first of all, you need these products. I'm going to talk to you about getting these products in a minute, because there's a way you can get them at a big discount. And then to participate and actually win prizes. So every day there's going to be prizes of kits, like things over $50 you're going to get for free. And at the end, if you've participated every day and filled out your tracker every day, they're going to give away a prize to convention, flights, hotel, access to convention. So how do you participate is you post a picture of your health habits collection, meaning the oils that you used, using the hashtag product of doTERRA. You fill out your tracker each day, and then you're going to answer the daily challenge question posted on the doTERRA Facebook page. So every day they'll post a question. You answer the question for that day. You'll be entered to win that day's drawing. At the end, you'll post your finished tracker, and you'll be entered to win the grand drawing. Does that make sense? And always, in all of your posts on your own social media or doTERRA social media, use the hashtag product of doTERRA to be entered to win their daily giveaway. So here is how you get those products. If you're already a doTERRA customer, which many of you are. Nicole asks, are the oils available in Norway? Absolutely. We have several Norwegian customers already. I say we, I mean I have several Norwegian customers already. Oh, also for exercise, I can't believe I didn't talk about this. Deep Blue Rub, it reduces inflammation and pain. So when I have done heavy squats and then my knees hurt the next day, rub it in, totally relieves that pain. It's also really great for cramps, and Jay uses it on his back pain. So he has a disc issue, and this relieves the pain, and his chiropractor even uses this and loves it. So Deep Blue Rub, that's another one that you're going to want to use. It's not really a daily habit unless you are suffering from pain. If you have chronic pain, chronic fatigue, muscle or joint pain like arthritis, using this every day totally helps many people reduce it. This plus frankincense is a really great daily habit to get into in order to feel less pain. So let me tell you, you can get the products if you are a customer. Just make sure you have them all. In order to participate in the challenge, you need to have the following products. And I'm going to put this list in the Facebook group. Lifelong Vitality Pack, Terrazyme, PB Assist, which is a probiotic you're going to take every day, Deep Blue Rub, or you can use a Deep Blue Oil, the Balance Blend, a citrus oil, so grapefruit, lemon, tangerine, wild orange, frankincense, lavender or serenity, and On Guard. So what you're looking at there is Lifelong Vitality, Terrazyme, and PB Assist are going to help your nutrition and your gut. The Deep Blue Rub is going to help your muscles and pain. The Balance and the citrus oil and the frankincense and the lavender are going to help your mood throughout the day. And your On Guard is going to protect your immunity, cut down on the toxicity of your environment, which includes like the germs you come in contact with, and help you keep from getting sick. So if you don't have all of these products, doTERRA actually put together a new collection called the Daily Health Habits Kit, which I'm going to post a link to. It includes Lifelong Vitality, Digest Zen, the Terrazyme, the PB Assist, probiotic, Deep Blue Rub, Balance, frankincense, lavender, lemon, On Guard. So 5 milliliter bottles. So the smaller bottles of those Deep Blue, frankincense, lavender, lemon. That way it's really, really affordable. So let me give you guys that link. I'm going to post it in the Facebook group right now. Company link address. So this is the kit. You can see everything that's in the kit. If you have an account, just look, do I have everything in this? I do, because I use all of these every day, literally every day. If you don't yet have an account, let me talk to you about that. Here's the thing about having an account with doTERRA. It gives you member prices. It's like being a member of Sam's Club or Costco. When you create an account, you get member prices on everything for the next year. So you save 25% off just by being a member, and you get access to the loyalty rewards program, which means everything you buy, you actually earn back points back from. It's like a frequent flyer program. And in order to get that account, you put in your information, you create your account, you add the intro packet, which is $35. That's what gives you the member pricing. And then you add this daily health habits kit to your cart, and you finish checking out. So I'm going to give you the link. If you don't yet have an account, copy link address. You can buy these retail, but there's no reason to buy them retail when you can save 25% and you get your shipping back in points. So if you're in the US, this is how you become a member. That link didn't quite work. There it is. And if you are a international, like Nicole, I can give you a link. Hold on just 1 second. I'm going to paste a link for you, Nicole. And are there any questions about any of this? So what the challenge is you get the stuff. You need to order it by the end of this weekend in order to get it in time, because the challenge is going to start on the 15th. So you want to order it by Monday. You're going to get your products. The challenge is going to start on the 15th, and every day there'll be a challenge question. You answer the challenge question, and you use what I talked through, the protocol I talked through every day, fill out your habit tracker, and at the end you can be entered to win the grand prize. Now, there's something else I'm going to do. For those of you who haven't yet started, who this is going to be your first time ordering oils, to celebrate that, I'm going to enter you into a giveaway. So everybody who gets started for their first time with me with this daily health habits kit is going to be entered to win. Wait, let me see. I want to give you what doesn't come in the kit, so it'll take just a minute. Oh, geez, I clicked away from where everything is. Well, I'm going to give you a free oil, and it'll be a big 15 milliliter oil. I'm going to give you whatever doesn't come with your kit. So Serenity. So you're getting in that kit lavender, frankincense balance, but you're not getting Serenity. Serenity is like a $30 oil. I'm going to send you a free bottle of Serenity when you get this health habit kit if you order by Sunday. And if you have any questions about this, leave a comment and ask me. I want to answer your questions. You can send a direct message to me on Instagram, on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment or email me, tara@taraswagger.com. I want to get your questions answered so you can get it by Monday. And if you order it by Monday, not a giveaway, I'm sending a bottle to everyone. Sorry, I didn't say that right. Yes, everyone who orders the Health Habits Kit through me, it's their first order with me, with this link I shared, will get a free Serenity bottle. I'm going to ship it to you no matter where you live. So Nicole here, my phone is ringing. Sorry, Instagram. Oh, it won't go up. So I'm going to end my Instagram. If you can hear me on Instagram, send me a message if you have questions and in order to get the link to get the goodness. Okay, you guys, hey Facebook. Nicole, that link I shared, that Google link, this is actually an international order. How many drops of frankincense should I put on my tongue? Just one. And if you don't like the flavor, I don't mind it at all. You can also, and this is really great for migraines, take your frankincense, do this, I mean with the cap off, right? You're going to have like a half a drop of frankincense on your tongue or on your thumb, on the top of the roof of your mouth. That is an amazing solution for migraines, like amazing solution for migraines. Do that every 5 minutes until your migraine goes away. And if you guys have questions about ordering the oils or getting the kit, or you can't see it, or you just have questions about if it's right for you, you can ask now and we will talk about it. Or you can send me a message, but actually ask now if you're here now. Any questions about any of this? If you're already a customer, just make sure you have everything on the list. I'm going to give you a page on my site where I tell you what all the things are, and I include all the links. Hold on just a second. I have to create that page real quick. It's created. I just need to save it. Okay, so save. I don't think it has a name yet. I need to give it a name. Oh no, it's got a name, Healthy Habits. So what is the link to it? That is a question. As soon as it loads, I'll give it to you. Any questions? We're like on a delay, so I just kind of got to wait for you guys to hear me ask you for your questions. Here we go. Here is the link to my page where I give you the list of products you need if you're already a customer and a list of what's in the kit. If you're not yet a customer, you can become a customer, enter the daily challenge. I'm so excited about the prizes. Are you guys excited about the prizes? Here's the page. Yes, so Christina asked, once we have all the products, we take a picture of them and post it. Yes, you post it with the hashtag product of doTERRA, and you post it on your own social media and on theirs. And then every day in their Facebook page, doTERRA Facebook page, they're going to post a daily challenge question. You answer the question to be entered to win the daily giveaway. Okay, Nicole. Anybody have a question? And it's okay if not. If you're watching this later, leave a comment or send me a message to ask your question. Everyone who gets started with a Healthy Habits kit in their first order is going to get a free bottle of Serenity by Monday. Got to order by Monday so I can get it to you in time. And so you can get it in time for the challenge. And if you don't want to do the challenge, but you do want to learn more about essential oils, just let me know, send me a message. And yeah, everybody who gets started this weekend will get a free bottle of Serenity. Yay. Okay. And hopefully if your dog wakes you up in the middle of the night with gastrointestinal issues, you will have Serenity so you can go right back to sleep. Hopefully it won't take you 2 hours to remember that you have it. So thanks for being here, guys. I've put the links in the comments. I'll edit the description so the links to everything I talked about are there, including you can find the daily habit tracker, the product list, the description of how to take part in the challenge, the link to doTERRA's Facebook page. You can find it all on the page of my site, essentialenthusiasm.com, healthy-habits. I'm going to edit the description to include that. Let me know if you have questions. If you're watching this later, send me an email, tara@taraswagger.com, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh, what are the costs of the kit? I can't believe I didn't say that. That's a good question. Glad you caught me right before I ended. Okay. I gotta look. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Sorry I just said this. Where did it go? Crap. Okay, sorry. I thought I had it on this page, but I guess not. Hold on just 1 second. So in the US, and it's obviously different in Norway. And this kit, by the way, Nicole, this kit might not be available in Norway, but the oils and the supplements are. So if you don't see it in your shop, we can add them up together, or you can start with another kit. There's actually another kit that has similar products. Okay, so the retail price, if you bought this kit and you weren't a member, it's $246. Your guys' price as a member is $185. So it again includes the supplements, the Terrazymes, the probiotics, and 5 oils and Deep Blue Rub. Deep Blue Rub alone is $40, and frankincense is like $80. So, yeah, plus you'll get a free Serenity if you buy by Monday. And Nicole, if you have any issues because you're in Norway, just send me a message. We can talk through it. I'm not sure if this kit is available in the European Union, but all the oils are. So we can make your own little kit, put it together. And of course, that's $185 US. So thanks guys for being here. I hope you have a fantastical day. This kit is actually like $30 cheaper than if you buy everything separately. So if you have an account and you're thinking like, well, I need like 6 out of the 7 things, it's gonna be cheaper for you to buy the kit. Okay, thanks guys. Have an excellent day. Ask me any of your questions.